All right, I think we're live. Lovely. Right, welcome all to this week's live stream, and hopefully everybody's hearing me. I'm a little bit quiet at the moment because little one is just getting to sleep. Hopefully she's asleep now, but just going to give it a couple of minutes just to. Hopefully she'll be fine. Right. How is everyone? What have we been up to? Hopefully the week's going well so far for everyone. And yeah, it's been a busy one from my side of things. So I am rather looking forward to this evening, just chilling out, getting to get some painting done. Working on some more civilians this week, just trying to get these finished. I have made a little bit of progress on my my guard battle suits, which was also on the list to do this week, or this month, I should say. So yeah, made a start on them. Evening, Steve. How are you? I'm sure. Sure, you got a few items on the workbench tonight. So we're just fighting with trying to get paintbrush into some of these nooks and crannies. Or actually just to the other other leg. It seems very tricky. But I think that's going to work. Right, what else did I have? I think I had this, I think I painted this this man's coat a dark grey, so I think we'll just use the wash and make that dark grey. Maybe we'll make his shirt something lighter. Maybe a bit of red for a bit of blood stain. Who knows? Wow, brilliant. Right, what's happening? Steve says, Gabs. Hi all. Evening, Gabs. Steve says, good, thanks. Starting a new army for the end of March. Some 28mm Covenanters. It's new to me. Is that, I take it that's historical. I have no idea what period that's from though, so that'll be interesting to hear a bit more on that. Good evening, Gabs. How are you? What are you working on this evening? I'm as you can see working on some 28mm more civilians. So yeah, hoping to make some progress, blocking in some colours on the remaining figures this evening, and hopefully getting to a point where we'll be finishing these off in the next week or so, because I need them really done for the end of the month's video, which will be the hobby update. So just keep working on them. Cool, right, just had the thumbs up. Little one is asleep, so we can go about this as per normal. I don't have to be quite so quiet. Although I guess there's no real need to shout. Hopefully I'm coming across them all right. Scottish during the English Civil Wars. Now that does sound rather exciting. I'm guessing there's some tartan in there. So that'll make painting fun, I'm sure. Cool, right. I think that's that actually works quite nicely, that, I think. Just black wash over his jacket, which I think I'd previously painted grey, so I think that's going to work quite nicely. That, and then we'll do maybe a different colour for his waistcoat. Yeah, yeah, happy with that. Right, those guys are going all right. Probably need some different colours for their flat caps, but we can give that a good whirl. Let's pick a few colours here. Let's go bold. Right. Let's brown and blue, or just maybe a grey. Or could go for a grey, couldn't we? Let's go for a grey. Why not? Thankfully, no tartan. They mostly wore a brownish grey wooden uniform. Oh, well, there we go then. Sounds like you're sorted on that front. I'm still debating how I'm going to do sort of a tartan on at 6mm, because obviously I don't do all the details, so I'm going to have to work out how I sort of give the impression of tartan without actually painting tartan. Should be rather interesting. We'll wait and see. Right, cool. Happy with that. I think these guys are coming on quite nicely, actually. Might just get some more washes on them in just a second. I'm just going to do this other guy's flat cap. Do I do a light brown or do I do a... Don't know, let's do a light brown. Lovely, right. So now I've got a few. How many have we got in? Oh, 5 people watching. Brilliant. Right. Curious to get some feedback on Sunday's video. I myself have to say I absolutely loved filming it, and I really enjoy watching it. And I have to say it's a bit sad, but I've probably watched it about 5 or 6 times since it came out on Sunday, and I just really enjoy watching it. But that's me, you know. So, what do you guys think? You're the viewers, and I'm really curious to know what you thought of it. Do you like the hobby update style videos? Do you like the format and the kind of style that I did it in? Um, I've spoken to Johan already. He said it's interesting. Not for him, but not to say that it's not good. Um, Steve's got it was a really good idea. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Is that it's a really good idea, but don't do it again, or is that a really good idea? Please do more. The video was funny, even though I don't follow football. That's a good sign, Gabs. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. That fills me with a lot of confidence that it was the right way to go. Because I've been very skeptical in the past about doing hobby update videos, and the reason why is I've done them. People have told me that they really like hobby update videos, and they're really keen on them, and yet they've always not they've always performed not particularly well on my channel, and so I was curious as to. I thought I'd give it one more go. I have to say I really enjoyed the video making it, and I'll quite happily keep making them. But I don't know. I think as I go on, I'll develop the characters a bit more. The relationship between the characters will develop. But I know it's not about that. It's about the models. But I think that will add an element to it. So yeah, just keen. Ultimately, if people enjoy what I'm doing content wise, then I think that's positive. Even if they don't necessarily enjoy yeah. Oh, that's a good point, Steve. I appreciate that. Honestly, you do what you want. Most people want authentic. I think that's what I was going for. Hopefully that came across. And And I think if I'm watching it 5 or 6 times since it's come out and it only came out Sunday, then that probably suggests that that's what I want to do. And I enjoyed it enough, had a laugh. So yeah, maybe I'll push on and I'll do some more. That's good. Like that. Thanks. Appreciate that. Right. Let's think about some more colours on these guys. I need a wash on, and not me personally. Right. Let's get some Agrax Earthshade. Let's start to get some of these colours just washed down a little bit. Well, I'm pleased that people enjoyed it because ultimately that is part of what I want as a content creator, is that people enjoy what I do and want to come back and watch more. To get some entertainment out of it, I guess, is key. So yeah, I do it because I enjoy it. That's obviously a really important part of it, and then I do it hopefully because other people enjoy it. And then on top of that, it absolutely gives me motivation to get more hobby stuff done. So it's a win-win. Hopefully, everybody's a winner. Right, Gab. Sorry, I've seen you've popped a question in the chat. I'm just going to finish this fat cap, and then I will be right on to your question. All right, happy with that. That's getting there. What make of the minis you are working on? Right, I have some footsore miniatures. So I think this guy's a footsore. I think he's part of their 1930s, 40s civilian pack. And then this guy here and these guys here, they are foundry miniatures, which are full of character. Lots and lots of character in them. Right, let's get a bit of blue on them. I will admit that the tune for Sunday's video I find incredibly catchy, and my daughter and I have been dancing around the living room quite a few times listening to it. Yeah, really, I just find it very positive. It's a very positive, catchy tune. So I really like it, and she loves it. Mind you, she'll dance to most things. So yeah, but it's good. I like it. And yeah, looking forward to doing next month's episode, which I'll probably do in the next week or two. So I just need to get these done for that. I've also got another video which will be, these guys will be based on, and I'm planning on starting filming that probably Friday. So that'll be coming out later this month, in a couple of weeks' time, I think. So I've had to look at the calendar. Was it yesterday? I was looking at the calendar, just trying to work out, like, okay, if I've done this video for this point and I've done that video for that point, what dates am I up to, and what have I then got to do, and at what point have I got to do this video, and yeah, just working out the diary. It's all good fun, really. Right, Gab said, I ordered some futsal minis, should be here soon. Excellent. Found really nice minis. Do they fit in okay height wise with the others? I think so. I think, well, see if I can show you. That's about them level. About that. So yeah, I would say they're very close, if not the same. Yeah, I find they work quite nicely. Maybe a little bit more chunky than the. No, in fact, not even slightly chunkier than the Futsal. Futsal are slightly slighter, if that works. But what I like about Foundry is that they do a lot of sets that have really characterful characters in. So, um, I picked some of them up for my Wild West stuff because your bartenders and all that good stuff. So, yeah, definitely a lot of nice pieces there. Um, right, what colour am I going to do? His waistcoat or his waistcoat? Don't know. Might just put some black wash in there and be done with that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that looks like that'll work. Just can't really see much of the detail there. I'm certainly not going to get a brush in there, so it's a bit of a challenging one. That this guy over here, don't know. Maybe a bit of a brown waistcoat, and I don't know on this cravat, a bit of black, maybe. Don't know, bit of grey. If I put a wash on it, that'll work well. In fact, I could just put a wash on the whole thing, just make it a grey waistcoat, I guess. Let's do that. I'm sure once I've done this flat, yeah, that looks all right. Actually, it's really difficult to see on camera. I'm really sorry about this. I don't know if you can just see in there. There's enough light there. Just put some black wash on here down the front. I think it works. Uh, that guy, I'm going to have to come up with a plan. So I think I might do a brown waistcoat. Let's do a brown waistcoat, and then we'll do something like bit of a beige tie or something. Let's close that before we spill that. Right, the dead man. He's going to get a brown waistcoat. Yeah, that works. Shift over here so we can get a better angle there. Lovely. Like it. Probably should just put a little bit of brown in there. Spot brown in there. Lovely. Right. Good. We're winning. We're winning, team. Lovely. Anybody near York? Anybody going to the? I forget how you pronounce it. Is it the Vatanak or something like that show? I think that's this weekend is coming up or next weekend. I can't remember, but I've seen a few bits on Facebook about it. I wondered if anybody was close enough, if anybody was going. I won't be. I'm tempted by Beachhead, which is down in Bournemouth, but I think that's a couple of weekends away. I think. But at the moment, yeah, probably not doing anything around there. Right, let's get some. Oh, what do we think? Snakebite leather looks a bit. Don't really like the light idea of leather trousers. Let's put the. Let's do some of this. This is Sigor Brown. I'll put this on his trousers here. I think it always looks really dark going on, but it does lighten up. And done a nice little dry brush on one of the Thompson twins, and that's come out really nice, I think. So yeah, we'll do a bit more of that. All I did for the dry brush was use some of the Terminator Stone from GW. Just did a dry brush on it really, and obviously picked up some of the high points, and it also just gave a nice little finish to the brown. So yeah, wunderbar, wunderbar. Right. Um, What I will say for those who have joined the Tees Miniature Battlefield's community Facebook group, now do feel free to post what you've been up to, whether it's what you've been up to while we're enjoying this live stream, or throughout the week. Feel free to post. This is it's your Facebook group, guys. It's our community, but it's absolutely for you to use. So do start going for it and enjoying it, because we want to see what you guys have been up to. For a leather brown, I think that was the leather brown, wasn't it? Yeah, let's go for this dark coat over grey trousers. I like it. Lovely. And following Gab's suggestion last week, we now have our Very British Civil War painting challenge up and running. So if you've got some figures you think could work for it, and you've got a funny idea for names or who they support, or what their background is, do throw it in as a post, and we can enjoy that as a community. Don't think there's a prize yet, but who knows? Might come up with something. Something in very British Civil War. Maybe be a tea cozy or something. I don't know. I'll have a think. See if I can come up with something. If I've got any sort of potential prizes lying around, could be funny. Maybe it's a postcard from Skegness. I don't know. We'll come up with something. If I can, don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not even sure it's really a prize, is it? It's just it's a sort of the challenge to inspire people to get figures painted. So that's the main thing. I think this guy is holding a knife. Lovely. Well, in terms of blocking in some colours, we're making some progress here. We've all the last 5 figures here that I need to get doing. So doing well. If I can, might even get onto the flesh tonight. Sort of umming and ahhing whether we'd get that far, but it's looking promising. Need to do this guy's lantern. See if I can do some sort of light effect on that. Shouldn't be too difficult. Lovely. Right. That's his jacket. We'll get a bit of a white shirt on there while we get a white shirt on the other one. Then we'll do some flat caps and we'll all be happy. Oh, fantastic. Like that, Gabs. So Gabs is sanding. This is now, are you pronouncing it buckets or are you pronouncing it bouquets based right now? And I'm sure people of a certain generation will absolutely know what you're referring to. Oh, lovely. Right, let's see where we're at. Da, 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 da. Should do that. Yeah, what colour am I going to do that bolt? Might do it black, And then what colour have I done this top? Have I done that? Yeah, I think we might get this brown out again for that. Bucket, yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. We're gonna do this flat cap on this brown. Get the workers properly working. Yeah, that's looking good. I think what more. Well, so the bit of terrain that I'm going to be working on for this video, this I think starting Friday, I'm going to start doing the video for it. Hopefully, get it finished over the weekend. But in my plan is very much the bit of terrain will be really good for taking photos with. So it does mean that when I get these guys done, I should be able to get some really nice pictures with them, and using possibly some of the scatter terrain from what's the game I'm thinking of? Excuse me. Oh, been a long one. Dead Man's Hand. That's it. Some of the scatter terrain from Dead Man's Hand. Wow, I am struggling there. Right, where's the black contrast paint? There it is. Lovely. But yeah, I think that will that could be quite beneficial, really. Bit of terrain for the game, and bit of a backdrop for pictures and stuff. So that is promising. Other things to think about. Well, I guess once I've done these civilians, I'll have to get on and paint some of the Peaky Blinders figures from Great Escape Games that I got in the box set that I bought. The truncheons and truncheons and flat caps, I think was the name of the box set that Great Escape Games released. Anyway, so but that'll all do for Civil, Very British Civil War as well. So I'm not too worried, and I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to do sort of a mass paint job or just do them in ones and twos and get it ready, prime it, paint it. Lovely. Right, his lantern is looking rather good there. Just, cool. Gab says, I've ordered a load of the books for Very British Civil War. That's cool. I have to say, I was wondering about them. I don't know if you checked out the YouTube channel. I put the link for on the post. But I was watching that first one, and when he said that the books were only about £8 each, I thought, actually, I'm quite tempted by that. Just some of the source books could be quite useful. So yeah, I'm in an iron. Might pick some up myself. I'm in an iron about what rules to use. I'm tempted with bolt action just for the simplicity of them, but I don't know if that will give enough sort of narrative to it and flavour. So I'm tempted with picking up Went the Day Well, which is a film originally. So I don't know. I might pick those up and see what they play like. But likewise, certainly I ordered went the day well to see how they are. Nice, nice. No, well, do let me know because I'd be very curious myself to give them a go. The other option is I start off with bolt action because it's easy. Just use version 1 and then potentially pick up went the day well. Yeah, thanks for that, Gabs. Cool, cool. We are doing well. How are the Scottish coming on? Steve, sorry, my brain is frazzled from the day. So the fact that I'm painting and talking is quite the miracle. Not sure the painting is particularly good, mind you, but we do strive on. I probably should use a different colour because probably going to end up using this for the sack that he's carrying here. I don't know. I'll have to think about that because maybe the sack will be a different colour. Not sure. Lovely. Yeah, that's looking all right. I just need to think what colour to use this sack. Might use it. Oh, evening, J Mac. How are you? Good to see you. Nice to have you along. We are just doing some more work on some civilians. So, trying to think what have we been up to so far? We've talked about the new Facebook group. So that is up and running. So that is for the community. So do feel free to post what you're working on and other bits and pieces on there. The other thing we've been talking about is the Very British Civil War Painting Challenge, which Gab suggested last week, and we've now got live on the Facebook group. So if you're painting any figures that could work for Very British Civil War, then do feel free to share them. Or if you're painting anything, building anything, just share it. It's good encouragement in the community. And likewise, if people have got questions or looking for advice, again, just go for it. Stick it down. We want to help each other, so definitely just go for it. Steve says they are the Warlord ones, previously Wargames Factory, not the easiest build, so getting into the part by using relevant expletives. Brilliant. I like that. Yeah. Are they the ones that were produced for Pike and Shot, Steve, by any chance? I always think a good expletive always makes the work go a bit better. Lovely. Right. Happy with that. So got a few colours blocked in now. Might be time to move on to the flesh very shortly. Yeah, I thought so, Steve, when you said that. Yeah. I'm not. I wasn't a big fan of the original plastics for things like bolt action. I appreciate at the time they were a bit revolutionary because they were multi-part plastics. I think there was sort of some of the first on the market were the bolt action ones, but I can't say that they have aged well. Definitely some nicer ones out these days, but there we go. At the time, yeah, absolutely. They were good. Right, I'm gonna put a bit of silver on this knife. Mithril silver. So we're pulling a little bit out of the Lord of the Rings, putting it into war, Britain. Why not? Why not? Now he looks like he's got a proper weapon. Excellent, love it. Is there a way to tell what's new and what's old bolt action? Ooh, that's a good question. I think there is, but more from the case that I think I remember some of the old kits, like I remember the old bolt action plastic Americans, the late war Germans as well that they brought out really early on. Yeah, I think it's more about knowing what's been out and rather than actually sort of. Don't think there's anything on the box or anything. I think the box design itself is helps obviously. Steve says sculpts are fine. Might have to mix up some green stuff. Oh no! Oh, good times. Good times. Yeah, J Mac. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's a difficult one. I can remember when they came out, and so for me, I sort of remember what the boxes looked like and the figures. I've probably even got some of them mulling around. They're certainly not as good as what Warlord had brought out, even in the last 5-10 years, I would say. Just trying to think back, it was easily 10 years ago that some of the early plastic war sets, early plastic sets came out for bolt action. Are there dates on sprues? I didn't know that. These shot of 2009. So yeah, I think that's around some of the earlier ones, 2009. So I got married in 2013, and I can definitely remember when the early war Germans came out for the first time in and around that period. And so, well, it's funny you should say they look chunky. I think the newer ones look chunkier. They're more like heroic scale than the old ones, which were, I wouldn't necessarily call them chunky. They were chunky compared to the Perry's ones, to be fair. Johan, no worries. I'm looking forward to seeing that blog post. And do put a link up to your blog post in the Facebook group, because I'm sure others would be interested in seeing it as well. Right, let me catch up with a little bit of putting some washes on. I've fallen behind talking about bolt action plastic figures. Trying to think of some of the other ones that were sort of the Germans were. They weren't in sort of Zelt bombs and all that like some of the newer sets. They were sort of in their German infantry uniforms with the tunics and all that, but they were sort of supposed to be like 1944 Germans. There were some metal paras. I remember getting them. The old British were a bit poor. I mean, they were right for the time. I finished my bolt action British, and then 2 months later, the new ones appeared. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Right. I need some sepia. I do think it's funny when we look back on some of the things, and you can sort of get some reminiscing. I can remember doing 28mm Napoleonics and using Victrix figures. I think now I'd probably be using Perry figures or trying to think. I mean, obviously, I'm doing -6mm, but if I was to do it in 28mm, probably do Perry's or something like that. The Victrix ones weren't bad. Got a lot of figures, but oh, excuse me. Wow. Am I going to survive 20 more minutes? That's a good question. That's if I don't go straight to bed after the live stream. It's been a long day. I had quite an important meeting this morning, which went very well. And then I got to lift back with my my line manager to the ferry so I could get home and work from home this afternoon. And I stepped out of the car, and like within about 30 seconds, just after my line manager had driven off, I realised that I'd left my phone and my keys in his car, and he was headed home, which is about 30 minutes from where I live. So it was a bit of a panic. I felt like a right idiot. It was just one of those days. Well, I mean, it was just one of those things where I've gone, oops, that was stupid. And yeah, have to sort of plan. I went back to the office and called my wife and said, "Are you going to be home?" And she was home, so I was able to get into the house no problems. Luckily, I had my wallet, so I had my ferry ticket, and could get the bus because I had my card. But there was that moment where I was just like, "How am I going to pay for anything?" Like getting to my line manager's house, I was like, "I haven't got sat nav, so I'm gonna have to print out a map and use a map like old times." Yeah, it was, what a day. Properly and a bit of a long moment, as I would call it. But anyway, let's get back to the hobby instead of my antics during work today. Right. The early Victrix plastics were horrendous. Yeah, I think those were the ones I had, Steve. But it was amusing. It's quite amusing. Right. We're getting there. I think. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm slowing down. I can feel it. What I would say is, just trying to think. I may end up doing the flesh, painting that off 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 air, off the live stream, and I'll end up painting it probably this weekend or one evening this week. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go out to the club tomorrow or not. I'm still a bit undecided. Having finished the Lardy Day, of course, which the video will be out this Sunday. So do check that out if you're interested, seeing what happened. It was a really, really good day, and I can't believe I've forgotten to speak about it up to this point. So yeah, J-Mac says I'd be fucked. Don't even carry card, just tap with phone. Yeah, well, and this was one of those dilemmas. I was like, I always use my phone, so I'm starting to think, do I have cash? Am I going to need to use cash? Because I was a bit worried I was going to tap my card because I barely use it. It was going to ask for a pin, and then I didn't know the pin because that was on my phone. It's just like, yeah. Oh, I see, Steve. I see. So the actual plastic itself was not good. Yeah. So the Lardy Day went absolutely brilliantly, considering we had. I mean, Joe Bilton dropped out. His car had died, and then I think Sydney Round. I'm not. It's not Roundtree. I think it's Round Bottom, but I could be wrong. One of the ones who's involved in the two fat lardies. I think he was sick, so he wasn't able to come. So we'd had like 2 or 3 games drop out. Luckily, we had a couple of late minute kind of individuals who'd offered to step in and help, so that was really kind. They ran a few games, and then trying to think what else we had. it was just a really nice atmosphere. Lots of people, getting involved, playing games that either they'd never played before or had played, and just wanted to play the sort of scenarios that were being played, which was really nice. I certainly had 8 players play my game. Everybody walked away saying they'd really enjoyed it, which was great. I didn't screw the rules up too much, which was great. Yeah. Oh, Roundwood. Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. So that was really nice. Poor Mark Backus lost his voice. I mean, he already started the day without much of a voice, but I think lost it a little bit uh, during the day, which was, was really unfortunate. And then they went out for a social afterwards, so there was. I think it went really well, and I, I I suspect we'll probably do another one next year. Yeah, not yet, JMac. I've not tried Big Cock yet, as in Big Chain of Command, just in case YouTube decides to try to kick me off for saying the word. But to be honest, I'm not even sure I've really tried Chain of Command 2 yet. So there's something I'll need to catch up on. Yeah, is that enough of a lantern glow? I think that works. Yeah, yeah, I think that's going to work. What do you think, team? That working enough? Good evening, Robert. Hello, everyone. They're looking great. Thanks very much. I just bought the PDF. Nice one, J-Mac. That's probably a good shout. Right, what are we timing? Railroad Man. Well, yeah, he's actually not. This one is the guy who's basically leading the way, checking the coast is clear for these chaps who are carrying this body, and then once they've thrown the body into the water with a knife in the back, he's going to look like that. So I've got that one to paint up as well. But I thought, get these ones done first. That's the key. I think they'll look really good. So I think I'm just going to base coat the flesh if I've got time tonight. That'll just put me in a good starting position for doing some more flesh on these guys over the weekend. And they should look good. Right, I can actually do a decent job of base coating them. There we go, that's that one. Lovely. Well, if you get a game of it, J-Mac, you'll have to let us know what it's like. I haven't played a huge amount of Chain of Command. I've probably played it enough to roughly know what I'm doing, but that was more version 1. As I say, I haven't played version 2 yet. Although I've got a friend at the club who knows it pretty well. So when at some point I will get a game of it in, and I'm sure he'll be absolutely more than happy to run that game for me, so I can actually play it and enjoy it without having to keep referring back to any rules or such. Right. I think we're winning here. We're winning. Right, that's him all base coated up in terms of or base layer. Johan says, "I checked. Thought it looked like the old-fashioned signal lamp my great grandfather used as a station master." To be fair, I think it does. I think you're really not wrong at all there. It is probably the same sort of lamp that station masters would have used. Um, yeah, no, absolutely. Uh, he could be a station master, dodgy station master. Um, yeah, like that though. I think it's a bit. It's just the character. I do like the characters. Um, and that's what Foundry brings you, I think. Um, right, let me catch up on a few more comments here. JMac will do. To be honest, hardly get games in these days. I know what you mean. If it wasn't for the club, I would struggle. I do get some in myself, like solo gaming, but it's never really the same as playing with others. So yeah, completely understand where you're coming from. Although we have to add a new uh, games place open up, it's quite nice actually. It's called Dice Heads. It's quite good. £5 a head, open for some really good hours, and then yeah, basically £5 for the day. So you just go in there, you pay your £5, and you can play for as long as you want. So yeah, I think it's really good. They've got lots of they've got a big library of board games as well. So some really good seating areas. Very family friendly, food, drink, all that good stuff. They do have some evenings which are for more specific games, but doesn't mean you have to play those games on that night. So Friday night's Warhammer night, but again, don't have to. You can play historical, so yeah, it's good. It's nice that sometimes these places pop up. Let's get a bit of flashing there. Right, let's catch up. Lamp man looking good. Wonder if a bit of gloss varnish would look good on the light of his lamp, or a drop of UV resin. I haven't got UV resin. I do have gloss varnish somewhere. Could try that. Could try it. Might help quite nicely. Good suggestion, like that. Uh, right, let's get these flash. It's done. Wonder if this guy's been paid to carry this body this far, or whether he's just doing it because it's the only way he's not going to get caught by the law if he throws it into the river, or maybe the sea, or the harbour, because you know my my very British Civil War is set in Gosport. And there is a harbour, Portsmouth Harbour, just in a useful place. Uh, Maybe I should have done the skin colour a bit pale for the dead body. Of course, it's dead, so that would make a difference. Doesn't look very old either, the dead guy. So maybe he's fallen into the wrong crowd. And how this is going to play into a very British Civil War scenario, I don't know, but we'll see what we can do. Where's his other hand? There it is, under there. Robert says I managed to get a game last week off Pillage. That's a really awesome game. Nice one, fantastic. Oh, that's good. I do like it when I manage to get a game in, and obviously last Saturday's Lardy Games Day was just brilliant for that. Oh, I've got paint on his coat. Rubbish. Gab says, cool, I hardly get to game at the moment. Johan says, depends how long he's been dead, eh? Yeah, fair. Oh, no, it's all right. What else have we got? Gab says maybe he had unpaid gambling debts or something. Yeah, that's a fair point. Sort of reminds me of one of the characters in, is it the, what's the series called? I started watching House of Guinness, I think it is. It's quite a fun little series. Haven't watched it all yet, mind you, but it started off all right. In some ways, I do think some of these series are now trying too hard to be like Peaky Blinders. They need to sort of find their own way, their own sort of style, character. It just feels a little bit samey, but yeah, they've got their own stories, of course. Cool. Right, get this guy's hands, and then I think I've done all the flesh base coating. Robert says he's probably just been Shanghai to sell him to the nearest ship. Yeah, maybe actually he's drunk. Maybe he's not dead. The guy with the knife in the back floating in the water, now that's a different matter. But I think there's an objective there, isn't there? Can they get the body to the water? Maybe the other side have got to inform the police before, get them caught red-handed. I don't know. I'm sure there's a funny scenario in it. I kind of like the idea that the I don't know, the BUF, the British Union of Fascists, is trying to get rid of, I don't know, some opposition leader into the harbour, and I don't know, the workers are trying to save him before trying to bring him around. I don't know, something like that could be funny. Right, that's all the flesh, I think, done with base coating, so that's good. I think we're in quite a good position. We've got these guys, get the flesh done on them, and then I think we're in a good place there. Got to do a bit of hair, of course, but apart from that, yeah, we're in good place there. Obviously, need to get the bases done, and then these guys here, just flesh and hair, and then they're going to be pretty much done. So I'll work on them over the weekend, I think, or if I get a chance, we'll have to see. I do need to make a work on Arkwright's cart, so I'm gonna, but that shouldn't take too long. It's just some wood effects, bit of metal. Obviously, that guy, he shouldn't take too long either. Need most work done on the water there. I've started on the kind of boxes that sit in the cart, just painting those up brown, and then I'll do the work out what the goods are and start painting them. Seems to be lots of carrots in a lot of these. There's some fish in this one, which is nice, seashells. So that'll be fun. But yeah, nice little set that. So yeah. Right, guys. With a couple of minutes to go, we'll just bring it to a little bit of a close. A big thank you to everybody who's joined tonight and joined in with the chat, conversation, and just generally being part of the community. Yeah, absolutely got a floater there, Gabs. It's been really good. Nice. I'm looking forward to tonight. So it's been good to get it. Do continue to post on the Facebook group because it's your community page, and want you to get the most out of it. Obviously, videos wise, do keep giving me some feedback because you guys are like the really, really good sounding board as to whether I'm doing a good job or not. And there was some good comments on Sundays, and obviously you guys are giving me some feedback tonight, so I really appreciate that. I'll definitely go for next February's video. We'll definitely do another hobby update batch of the day for February, and hopefully the numbers will pick up. So yeah, we'll wait and see on that. I'll be back on Sunday with my Lardy Day video. So if you're interested, check that out. And then I think the week after that, I've got another kind of battle report that I've done. So check that out for sure. And then I think we'll be getting into the terrain build that I'm working on this weekend. So yeah, lots to come. We'll wait and see when my Bacchus order turns up, if it turns up. Hopefully it should do, and then we can get back to some 6mm goodness. I did do a bit of painting work on my Gar suits. I think I mentioned. Sorry, got a little bit more done on these guys. Was that last night? Yeah, last night. A bit more to do on them. Not there yet, but we're getting close. So really nice to work on them. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I should be around next Wednesday. Although it's a really busy week, I should be around. Whether I'll be tired or not, I'll still come on and do some painting because, as I say, we've got these guys to finish off, and I've got the Gar to do as well for sure this month. I definitely have to get those done. If I get more than that done this month, that's great. I also need to start thinking about what I'm going to try to get painted next month. Probably want to get another brigade of 6mm Napoleonics done next month, so that I can really crack on. And I also want to do some test figures for my French infantry. So yeah, definitely. Robert says I have to try and get back early so I can see you at the start. Well, that's very, very kind, Robert. Yeah, and I did see your comment before we started this evening, so I appreciate that. But yeah, if you're painting, give us some pictures on the community Facebook group. It's always good to see that. Thanks again for your support. Do check out the video on Sunday. If you haven't seen Sunday's just gone, check that out. And I'll be back next Wednesday for the next live stream. And until then, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. I'll catch up with you next Wednesday night. Take care, all.